Greetings, boys and girls, from the Alberta Pepper Lab. Today, we're doing a yard update, and I will show you what I've got growing on. So, here is my little pepper walkway of the front yard. They're all cayenne peppers of sorts, except for that one, which is nothing. Absolutely nothing. Got some, I want to call them rosemaries, but they're actually marigolds. And over here, I've got a bunch of tomatoes growing on in here. These are, I do believe, gold nuggets. Unidentified flower, unidentified flower, unidentified flower, and more cherry tomatoes. Wanted to make sure that we had enough cherry tomatoes this year. So far the count is at 3 cherry tomatoes. Moving along to the backyard here. Here are my, wow, words are hard for me today. My gosh. These are my, my hay bale little grow-ups that I've got growing. Okay. So this one is mostly herbs. I've got dill and arugula, thyme, curry, and this one here is oregano. This is my basil bale. I've got a couple different types of basil growing on in here. And once again, just a couple marigolds for, well, for the heck of it. And this tomato here was the one that was dying in the that little hydroponic setup that I had for it, as you can tell by the top, and this part here and that part there. But I do believe we've reached the TSN turning point. I'm sure some of you will know what I mean by that. This guy is turning around. He's about to go win the game, for sure. And over here, same thing, quarter-century tomato. This variety is a dwarf tomato, and it's not very dwarfy. It's actually kind of tall. Anyways, I've got some more basil in here, more marigolds, just because flowers. This little guy in here is an okra, and it looks like I am actually growing an okra, which is kind of nifty. I do believe this is a white Thai. Pretty sure that's a white Thai. I thought it was something else when I planted it, but it looks very much like a white Thai. Got a couple cucumbers sprawling out down there, not doing so well. This sad, poor excuse of a basil plant is having a hard time. It's barely clinging to life. Yeah. Oh, there's some grass. Not doing so well. Over here I've got some red MOAs. Looking in here, these guys are my dragon cayennes, and they're just looking like dragon cayennes. I didn't like these very much, and I'm probably not going to grow them again next year. Okay, here it is. Grandpa's Siberian home pepper with all of the peppers. Behind there, that is F2 of Super Chili. Once again, I know that it has been bred out and is called like Matchsticks or Matchbox or something like that, but just wanted to make my own. Figured I had it anyway, and maybe mine can end up being a little bit more unique. You never know. Okay, back there is a bleeding Borg 9. Right here, unknown. It'll obviously be some type of ghost. Over there is a white ghost. I do believe this is, what is this? Do we even know anymore? Can we even tell? No, we can't. Okay, another couple mysteries. That guy back there is a Yellow Reaper. Kangstar White Thai. I think this is a Kangstar White Thai, but we will see what it produces. I got another white ghost growing on. Mustard, another mustard, another Grandpa Siberian home pepper. Once again, loading up with pods, which is awesome. What do we hear? Texas Scotch, or Texas Crimson Blaze. I noticed in the last video I called it a Texas Scotch Bonnet. Immediately regretted it after after uploading. Okay, so these 6 right here are lemon habanero. Just starting to flower, so we're starting to see something there. This is my Tibetan Lhasa pepper, and I just love the way these things look. Like, they're really groovy, for lack of a better word. You can see how it has like grooves that runs along it. Really think it's cool. Can't wait till one turns ripe and I can give it a review. I'm not too sure if I'm supposed to eat them green or not, so maybe when the time comes, I'll try one of both. The 2 bigger fellows back here, those are jalapeno. Okay, this is another Tibetan Lhasa, and once again, super groovy. These are really just kind of really cool looking pods. I really like them. They're kind of neat. Oh, look, I have some tomatoes in there. You can see the tomatoes in there. Those will be Arduina, I do believe. And my ghost pepper plant that almost died because of root rot, brought it back to life. Then it almost died because I didn't have any big enough pot, and brought it back to life, is actually just beginning to produce pods. There's the first one. So maybe I won't do so bad with the super hots this year. We'll see. I've got this beautiful cayenne. I don't know about you guys, but I just love the way this one looks. It's big and gnarly looking at the top. This is the pod that I'm going to save seeds from. Mother-in-law keeps harvesting from this plant, and the other really nice ones that I wanted to show you were taken today. This is the habanero that I did reviews on. This is a yellow hab, and you guys remember it was dying a painful death, but look at it now. Super bushy, super happy. Hard for me to show you, but there are a couple pods growing just underneath the foliage there, but I don't really want to mess with the plant too much. So let's I got a little flower garden here, some peas and mint. Okay, let's take a look at my bonsai plant. Look at this guy. He's still doing good. You see I got a little bit of fertilizer in there. He's a little wobbly. I don't know. I should put in some type of supports for him, but I don't know. He's got peppers growing. A couple peppers growing on in there, so yeah. These buckets. I have a plan for these buckets. I'm going to create some kind of crazy hydroponic thing. I have a plan for those buckets. Yes. Okay, so here is what I really wanted to show you guys. This is Butchzilla. You guys remember Butchzilla? Well, remember how I was saying, I figured I'd get a couple hundred pods off of it and everything was going to be amazing? Well, I do have this little guy right here. This little duder right there without a stinger. And that's it. That's all this plant has produced. It produced one other pod once, and I ate it, and it's produced one pod again. And I just, I don't know. Out of desperation, I put it in the little greenhouse thing that I have here, and it managed to produce a pod. So maybe it's a sign of things to come. Maybe it is. We'll see. And also, just found this today. Right in here. You can see it. I have a ripe Scotch Brains. It's almost ripe. Still a little bit green. So I will be doing a review on this guy, which, thank God, it was this one, because I have got some gnarly looking Scotch Brains, like super bumpy, super spiky looking, and just overall intimidating. But this little happy smooth fellow is the first that turned ripe, so he's the one that I'm gonna do the review on. Well, I got a little ripe cayenne there. This is, what are you? What even are you? Oh, chocolate bootla. Got a couple little pods starting to come up in some of my chocolate bootlas. I'm pretty excited about that. This is the Scotch Brains. I wonder if I can easily find one of those really bumpy and gnarly looking... Yeah, there it is. It's right there. Look at this. Look at that guy. That's what one of my Scotch Brains looks like. Scary. It's scary. I'm so glad that didn't turn right first, because I would have had to have reviewed it, which would have been scary. Okay, so that right there, this guy, this fella right here, he's my contest Dorset Naga. Poor thing. Another cayenne, and that down there is a Fatali. Got a little cucumber growing up Butchzilla, so that's something. And over on this side, I've got some more tomatoes, which are growing tomatoes. On to my favorite part of the yard. I just love this thing. It's probably the thing I'm most proud of building. Speaking of which, stay tuned to the end of the video and I will show you guys what my newest project is. Okay, so once again, all the way around it are beans, and look at them grow up and tall and big. These are some type of squash. I got a little bit of kale in there. I do have some zucchinis, but as you guys can see, here's a good example. Pest, you say? No, not pests, just hail. We got hailed out pretty hard, and a lot of the leaves got damaged. Some of the peppers didn't do so well. I've got some holes in there. You can see I've already repaired some of the holes. But I've got more holes, and yeah. But anyways, I do have some pit-marked zucchinis, as you can see in there. So, love me some zucchinis, but I don't know how well it's going to do because it's been hail damaged. So, yes. Here we go. This big boy, this behemoth, is my my dwarf tomato. Look at the cage on it. Like, the cage is right there. It's just growing up and bigger and beyonder and bushier, and yeah. Baoguai peppers. No peppers coming out of this guy. Pretty sure because he's in too small of a container, so we're gonna have to address that at some point. This is my leafy greeny bed. You can see where we've been eating. Okay. Oh, let's show you guys. That's a potato bag. Show you guys my white ghost. He's just starting to put out some pods, which makes me happy. And yeah, put him in a bigger container, and look at what happened. He just kept growing and got bigger and healthier. So, and down there we got some strawberries, and do you believe that one is a raspberry that managed to survive from last year? Yeah. My cherry tree is gone. I destroyed it. I hate it. Or did I say cherry tree? Meant to say crabapple tree. Yes, crabapple tree's dead. And thank goodness, because those crab apples were disgusting. And I'm going to plant something that will taste much, much better. So, here's my little walkway of peppers. Walkway? Border? Lack of a better word. Yeah. I want to show you guys what is always my favorite plant. This is my Basket of Fire F2, and he has produced some pretty small pods, smaller than the F1 did, but I'm gonna see if I can just keep breeding it out and maybe get some longer pods out of it. I absolutely love this plant. It's just beautiful and super duper prolific. It's a lot like the white Thai, but obviously smaller peppers, pointier peppers, and stuff like that. So over here, would like your guys' help if I can get it. I have a mystery pepper, and I have, oh, there's the mother-in-law. Say hi, mother-in-law. Oh, okay. So I have a mystery pepper, and I don't know what it is, but it definitely looks unique. Let's see if we can get a look at another one of them. Like, these are big boys. I don't know what they are, but they tend to grow with like a groove on either side. So, yeah, not too sure. This was some of the mystery peppers that were sent to me by Richard Bourne, and I don't know. I have no idea. Okay, so super chili cayenne mystery pepper with really big flowers. Like, look at the size of those flowers right there. Big guy. Favorite of all time, basket of fire. This is also the mystery pepper, and it is the same as the other one, except these ones grow a little bit different, but I could tell it's basically the same variety from that signature groove on either side of it as it grows. I got a chocolate bootla starting to set pods. I've got a bird's eye Thai. This used to be one of my mystery peppers, but thanks to the PLC community, and most notably JT Bear, I now know what it is. This is the contest Scotch Brains, growing some nasty looking stuff, and this is getting ripe, but looks like it has some type of damage. Don't really know what happened there. Have you guys ever seen that before? It's not bottom end rot, because it's not at the bottom, so a little interesting. Okay, that's Fatali, I do believe, St. Thomas Bane. This is my contest red MOA, which has 2 pods on it so far. I've got another chocolate bootla, and if you look real careful, right here, there it is. That is probably the one that I'm going to have to review. That's a scary thought. Yeah. And some herbs over there. Moving along to the other garden that I built. I built all of these flower beds this year with the exception of that thing. By the way, not to toot my own horn. Okay, so we've got peas, general stuff there. Okay, jalapeno, boot jalokia, white ghost, I do believe. This is my Kengstar white Thai. If you couldn't tell from that, look, it's beautiful. Beautiful. Not too sure what you are because it's blocked. I think that's another boot jalokia. This one should be my Dorset Naga. That's a Choco Bootla. I think this is another Dorset Naga, and this is a jalapeno. Let's see if we have any jalapenos. Oh, yeah, there's one right in there. So, and that's peas. So I'll look at that little guy way down there, and then if you look over there at these tall poles here, these are both peas grown at the same time. For some reason, that end of the bed just does not do well in comparison to this, which is interesting. Very interesting. So that's about all I've got for my yard, guys. Just take one more beautiful look at this. I'm going to go see if I can rustle up Mongo for a quick cameo, and then I will show you guys the last project that I've been working on. It's not very often I have to go find you for a cameo. You should be ashamed of yourself. That's my car, and beside my car, it's my newest project. This is going to be my new carving workbench. I know, guys, it's not done. Still need to run in cross braces on the bottom and make sure that everything is perfectly stable, because to be perfectly honest right now, everything is pretty wobbly, but it will be solid, it will be strong. We just have to wait for me to finish working on it. You can see my saw is recessed so that it's flush with the wood. I did that so that life is a lot easier for me when I'm chop sawing. And it kind of looks like a pretty nifty centerpiece. So you guys can see I'm running boards on this side lengthwise, kind of like that. But I suddenly changed my mind, realizing because, as you guys know, I don't like to spend money. And this is all free wood from work, which means that it's not the best of quality and kind of bowed and stuff. So I'm going to need shorter lengths. And they're going to run down here. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. So that's what I've been working on. Well, boys and girls, that about wraps it up. Hope you guys are having a great day. Bye-bye.